Everyone has a lesson. Whether it's good or bad, you can learn from it.
Ooh, I'm a water soul. If only you could see into my soul. All of the things you know. All of the things you know. Was told I'll never die in water. That's probably why I enjoy the water. The feeling of the waves hitting against my feet. In my body as I walk deeper into.
That was Ashley Freeman's song called Water Soul off of her new album called 11. I got the chance to ask her some questions about the steps she had to take while creating her album.
For the first time, like I haven't been living my whole life, and it's because of the water. Ooh, when I'm near the water.
Hey Ashley, thank you for being on Lessons Learned.
Hey, yeah, thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Can you tell us about your music journey?
Yeah. So I started obviously having like a huge interest like in music when I was like young. Around 8 years old. I grew up in like a really traumatic setting, and I felt like the only way to like distract myself from like trauma and like all that emotional stuff was kind of just listen to music, really. And I remember like when I was like a little bit younger, my mom was playing Alicia Keys like in the car, and like I don't know what it was like about like the way she was playing the piano or like her voice or whatever, but it just like took me away to like a place that like felt safe. And I like realized in that moment that like music just makes me feel safe. It's like this healthy escapism for me, and so I've kind of just been using that to like cope with like deep emotions for my entire life. When I applied to college, actually I applied as a psychology major, and then I called the school back and I was like, yeah, I need to switch my application, like I'm actually gonna apply as a music major, because I like knew deep down that like, you know, music is like what I want to do and what I need to do for myself, and like it's just like my identity. So
Wow,
you know,
wow.
and then like I was like done with school, and then I, you know, did this whole thing with 11. So now here we are, just like writing music.
Definitely. What kind of music would you say you like?
I really like R&B, soul. I mean, I do like pop, but I like the pop that's more on like the R&B side, if that makes sense.
Oh, nice. So what kind of things did you have to face while achieving your goals?
Well, let's see. I mean, just to, like being able to like attend college in the first place. You know, I like could barely afford college. I was like lucky enough to be able to like have my dad to be able to co-sign to like get a loan for me to like go to school, and even then I didn't get to finish. Like at my junior year, I did first semester and I couldn't continue because I couldn't afford to, you know, receive an education. So it got really tough. Money was like a huge factor. So from there I just had to like work and stuff and save, and then like, you know, at the point where I am now, like for my album 11, I literally had to work like 60 plus hours a week, like 6 out of 7 days a week, just to be able to like buy a laptop and like get like a new keyboard and like all this like equipment to like do recording stuff. And then like on top of that, all the money I had to spend to like get in the studio and like, you know, like get all my pictures taken for everything. Like it was a lot of like hard work and like sleepless nights.
Right. But it was all worth it.
Yeah.
So tell us about 11, your first recent album.
Yeah, I named it 11 obviously because my birthday is March 11th, but 11, the first song on there, that was like the first song that like I ever wrote. Like I was like super young, I think like maybe like 14, I want to say. I was just like jotting things down, but that was like I would write like all the time, like in high school and stuff, just like stupid little songs. So that was like the first song where I really just like sat there and like just like poured all of my emotion and everything. And so I remember like when I was like trying to like write 11 and like write a ton of songs, I like went through like my iCloud notes, and I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe I just found this. This is perfect. Like 11 is the name, like, you know.
That's awesome. So it was meant to happen that way.
Yeah.
Wow. So what is one thing you would like to manifest in the next 5 years with your music?
True happiness. The happiness that music first brought me when I was 8 years old. I want to be able to like re-feel that feeling again in like 5 years and be like, wow, like this is all worth it. Or just like feel that like pure, true, genuine happiness again. Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely. You don't feel that way now, or do you feel like you're?
I feel that way now, obviously, but like it's kind of like, I don't know. Obviously, music always brings me happiness, but there's like that point in time where you get like really down in the dumps and like depressed, like, and you like feel like kind of hopeless. Like I'm like waiting again for like that feeling of like aha. Like right now, like music is bringing me like so much happiness, but like there's a lot of grinding and like hard work that I have to go through and a lot of struggle. Like I'm just waiting for that moment. Like in 5 years, it could be in 10 years, where I'm just like, you know, like financially stable, like within my music and everything, and I can just like feel like, wow, like through all like the hardships, like look at all this happiness that music brought me.
Right,
you know?
Right, definitely. No, it will definitely manifest in 5 years. I can see it.
Yeah.
So just one last question. What are your lessons or lesson that you learned about you and your music journey, and what you want to tell the listeners?
I definitely learned that like my best songs and my best work, it comes from like me just being in like a deep, dark, like emotional state. I think I obviously always realized like growing up, like, oh, you know, like if I'm like feeling really like depressed or something, like I can just put that all into music. But like writing 11 truly, truly, truly showed me that like I can literally take any like form of like intense pain and just turn it into something beautiful. Like it doesn't have to like turn into something like horrible or like just like self-destructive. Like I can always take that negative energy and like just pour it into something, and beauty can come out of it. And so I guess what I want to tell listeners, like if like, you know, you like are into art or music or any form of like, you know, like creative like arts or something, like always pour like your negative energy into that. Like don't ever like hold on to like a negative energy and like negative feelings, because that can only like hurt you. But you know, if you like pour it into something, like it can just turn into something beautiful.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being on this episode.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I would love to like, you know, be in another episode.
So I've known Ashley since college, and I just can't stress this enough. I am so proud of her. She got the courage to create a whole album, work day and night for it, and she's doing what she loves the most: music. The next song I'll play on this episode is also from her album called 11.
I know that there is something deep in my soul that made me who I am today. Passion overrules my pain. I walk with both thighs forward and two more in the back of my head, so I can watch my back, 'cause I know somebody might attack my dreams or mine, or mine, or mine, or mine, or mine, or mine, my dignity. My dignity. I said, ooh, deep in my soul, I know that I was born to glow. Nobody can step on my toes. If you don't like me, then go. I keep my head held high, only worry about myself. Gotta care about myself. Ooh, yeah, yeah. One of these days I'll learn to spread my wings. One of these days I'll learn how to fly away and be free. I said free. I said free. Oh, I will learn how to be free.
And I really am the phoenix rising from the ashes, and I continuously rise from the ashes, like
You did.
literally after every situation.
Oh, like literally, that's like my entire time knowing you. What, like it's like things seem like it's like so bad, like the bottom of the bottom. You don't know how you're, but you always come out on top.
Yeah.
And then, like the fucking bitch you are, you're always like, yeah, you're just like over it. Like you just like get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, like.
Right.
And I'm like, bring it on again, because I'm ready.
That's the thing.
Make sure you take a listen to Ashley's album, 11. The link is located in the description. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.